Good morning everyone, my name is Eltimar and we're going to be continuing our Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous. Where we left off last time, we were in Dresden. We're going to go do a little bit of commandery type stuff, and we're also going to do, there's a little event that's going to happen once we get in there. I think it's for the Midnight Isles DLC thing. In fact, I'm 100% sure it is. Hello treasure, our ghostly figure shrouded in a threadbare cloak grins at you from under his tattered hood, bearing crooked teeth. You caused quite the stir in Eltimar. I wanted to make your acquaintance, but you never once stopped by my humble pier. I had to come here to pay you a visit myself. Anyway, down to business. Tell me, how would you like to get your hands on incredible riches? Who are you? Call me the helmsman. I know you're an important man, favored by the Lady in Shadow herself. I'm just a decrepit old man, but I have a proposal for you. What kind of riches are you talking about? Eltimar is huge, but the Lady in Shadow's capital is only a small part of her dominion. I bet even she doesn't know how many islands there are in her archipelago, and what treasures they hold. But well, it so happens that I can lead you to the greatest treasure of them all. Are you asking me to return to the Abyss? Yes, I don't care about the ludicrous war between the Lady in Shadow's cronies started, ludicrous war the Lady in Shadow's cronies started, but the border between planes is so thin here, it wouldn't be hard for me to transport you there and bring you back again. We'll be heading for the neutral waters around Eltimar. I'm interested. Good. I'll be waiting for you not far from here, in a place you mortals call the Murky Grotto. The mage standing before you, wrapped in a torn cloak that somehow appears to be dripping wet on one side, yet faintly smoldering on the other, warily says, "It's my pleasure to inform you that I represent the Absalom Runners, magical courier service. I have a package addressed to you. I regret to inform you that there was a minor complication in transit, causing the delivery to be slightly delayed." The magnificent and glittering golem, encrusted with gems and covered with intricate, flowery embossing, triumphantly exclaims, "Happy to be of service. May Shaylin brighten and vivify your day." What is it? A golem. He consults his notebooks. Half of it, to be specific, the other half seems to have been bitten off. A prestidigitapain... it's either painter or painful. A prestidigitapainter golem, most likely? Delivery to the headquarters of the Fifth Crusade, sent by the Temple of Sunrise Chrysanthemums, Tianxia. The center is the temple's prior, a cleric of Shaylin by the name of Osagu? No. Osagurai? You're the worst delivery service. Prior Osagurai has also instructed me to convey that the worshippers of the Lady of the Chrysanthemums send you their warmest regards, and that they have faith that you'll defend Golarion from the demonic hordes, and may Shaylin brighten and vivify your day. Are you a battle golem, a weapon of war? I was not designed for any type of combat, yet I can bring beauty and harmony to any type of combat. Who are you? Mlekik Pens, courier first class of the Absalom Runners Magical Courier Service, at least until I make it to our office and inform them of my resignation. A hysterical spark lurks in the mage's gaze. I take it your mission wasn't an easy one. What happened? Idly scratching at a smoking bald patch on his head, the mage replies, "A shipping error. Wrong portal, wrong plane of existence, many evil, hungry, vile." With a wary sigh, he stops himself. "I apologize. How unprofessional of me. There were no incidents whatsoever during delivery." "Thank you for the delivery?" With a wary sigh, the mage quickly says, "Have a nice day and consider using the Absalom Runners for all your magical delivery needs. Happy to be of service, and may Shaylin brighten and vivify your day." I don't know what that thing does. We'll find out, I guess. Lady Konami's voice is brimming with satisfaction. "Commander, I bring wonderful news. We are getting reports for all regions of Mendiv that the nationwide political crisis has been resolved. The nobility has answered your summons and restored order in the kingdom. Your promise to grant them new lands on the territories reclaimed from the demons has met with success, especially among those who have never seen the world wound. I believe it's fair to say that at this moment, Commander, your word carries the greatest weight in Mendiv's politics. You could use this influence to accomplish something monumental. For example, you could organize a total military mobilization across the kingdom. What will you do with your newfound power? We need to remind Mendevians that the gods care for us. They gave us strength and the wisdom to save the kingdom. Let the people go to the temples, praise them, make donations, and pray. In dark times, we need all the faith we can muster. In many lands, the temples collect tithes. I have a fresh new idea. Why don't we turn this around and tax the temples? We'll call it the tax of the righteous." And tell them that the more pious the temple and its congregation, the more coin will be collected. We'll just have to see what wins, faith or greed. Someone must take care of Mendev. The old mayor won't survive another wild ride like that. Maybe we should hold elections for the members of the Royal Council. Finally let those who are worthy run the country, no matter their social class or wealth. Equal rights for tieflings, Woljif, hands on his hip, stares boldly at those around him. It's time to stop the oppression of our noble people by Mendevian society. Tales are no reason for persecution. Alright, what do we got? We got Glorification of the Gods Decree, which is Judgment Day spell, which I think is actually a pretty powerful spell, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it does a ton of damage to enemy armies. We can do Tax the Righteous, which the cost of building construction reduces by 50%. It's actually pretty decent. Lands is Elections to the Royal Council. Cost of recruiting mercs down by 10%. Tieflings get equal rights. Recruitment growth for mythic units increases by 15%, and energy points increase by 5. Ooh, that's kind of nice. Mobilization. All trainable units costs reduced by 10%. I think I'm going to go with Konami on this one, actually. We do have a lot of money, but at the same time, I don't want to spend it all on troops. What else do we have to really spend it on? Maybe we do Woljif. What are our mythic units? I guess those are going to be our highest tier units, but we haven't gotten them yet. And energy income's fine. Congratulations, Woljif. Tieflings will be granted equal rights. Woljif cries once again fill the room. Hell hail the chief. Our brethren will never forget this. You'll see. There's lots of decent tieflings in Avestan who are being victimized because of their heritage. Once they hear folks stop treating us like dirt here in Mendev, this place will be packed with them. In a lowered voice, he mutters, and then we'll see who's going to spit on who. Lady Konami bows respectfully. When we first met, I allowed my eyes to deceive me. I failed to discern within you an outstanding politician. You knew nothing of diplomacy. You were unaware of the power structure in Nerosian and beyond. But you were driven by your uncanny intuition, and with it you have saved Mendev and strengthened our ties with foreign allies. You have my respect. I wasn't a diplomat before this war, and I haven't become one now, but I think I'm beginning to understand politics and their actions better, and I'm convinced that the key is to never forsake your conscience. I don't think we have. I must admit these council meetings weren't the worst moments of my life. They were almost entertaining. It seems you have the ability to make everything more interesting, be it waging war or hosting ambassadors, and I, like a true son of Mendev, even took part in deciding its fate. We shall see if posterity will curse us for it or sing our praises. I can't imagine ever becoming a proper diplomat. All this political skullduggery makes my hand reach for my bow. I was this close to going down in history as Lan the shooting ambassador, but I'm impressed with how slick you were at dealing with intrigues and weaving a web of your own. Looks like politics isn't such a big deal after all. It's just like the gangs on the streets, apart from the cussing. Maybe I should be a diplomat after the war. It's been an honor and a pleasure to advise you, Commander. However, I don't think you will need my counsel from here on out. Mendev stands strong, our allies are loyal and reliable, the diplomatic council has served its purpose. You don't need it any longer. Well, okay then. Commander, although you were once again victorious in your last encounter with Karamzada, I'm worried. We've been interrogating the prisoners, and some interesting information has come to light. It seems Karamzada intends to fundamentally alter his strategy and be on the defensive next time we fight. This is uncharacteristic of him. Indeed, it's uncharacteristic of demons generally. For the most part, they prefer a ruthless onslaught. Our enemy seeks to counter us with a robust formation, overwhelm us with ranged assaults, and grind our attacks to dust one after another. Opposing demons who fight defensively is unknown territory, and we must be prepared for it. I suggest we train our infantry in the ways of withstanding enemy shots, which should secure our victory in a ranged duel. Oh, what's this I'm hearing? Demons are afraid and want to fight on the defensive? Perfect, let them stand there and wait while our cavalry mows them down. The demons intend to fight in a disciplined manner, a plan destined for failure. We'll send our infantry out to meet them and see who blinks first and attacks. Once they got a good grip on our infantry's throat, we'll surround their entire force and crush it. So the demons have decided to play with us. Well, they don't know who they're dealing with. Give me, let's see, a few daring riders. I'll put the kibosh on this Karamzada's whole strategy, no matter how great a general he is. There's one of them that's actually really good. I think it's Sila's. Contain the enemy, yeah. Let's cavalry stop people from charging. Or from moving afterwards, so you can pin them down and kill them. I like that one a lot. I'll get the main point across. To contain the enemy without letting a single horned beast escape. Thank you for your time, Commander. I'll get to briefing the officers on our new strategy at once. Once the preparations are finished, I'll be at your disposal again. My friend, I should like to request your help. Camellia's voice remains calm, but her voice trembles with excitement. Remember how much fun we had in Illusionera? We went to the brothel together and had an excellent time there. You did enjoy that little adventure of ours, didn't you? Camellia licks her parched lips. I wish to invite you to go on another adventure with me. You wouldn't be opposed to escorting me to Canabris, to my father's old mansion, the place where I spent my childhood. She lowers her voice in a conspiratorial whisper. I'm certain that is the place where I shall finally be able to contact Maria. Alright, we'll go there as soon as I have time to spare. Camellia's black eyes shimmer like two lakes on a moonlit night. I thank you, my friend. I shall await your earliest convenience. Alright, well, we're going to do two things in this video, I think. Now that we spent 10 minutes doing ruling stuff, we're going to go to Chili Creek and do that. And if we have time, we'll go to Canaveras as well, so... Oh, we should probably turn in the Spinner of Nightmares quest, too. We did kill the Spinner of Nightmares, and we haven't told Hillor yet that his daughter's dead. It's good to see you. What can I do for you? Would you like to renew your forces with excellent fighters? The Spinner of Nightmares is dead. Thank the gods, but where's Lori? A shadow of understanding flashes across Hillor's eyes, and he looks down at the blood-smeared pendant, terrified. The walls he directed in his mind come rumbling down. Where is Lori? You killed the Spinner of Nightmares and saved Lori. You saved and killed. You killed Lori. For the first time you see terror on Hillor's face. He doesn't say anything, but moves his lips trying to force a whisper. You killed my Lori because she was the Spinner of Nightmares, a murderer, a servant of the demons, traitor. Hillor casts a desperate look at you, as if he's begging for rescue. How could I forget? I've seen it all. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't live knowing this, and I just stopped. I'm sick, right? Yes, I'm sick, and Lori... My Lori, she's dead. His last words become a long, mournful wailing. Hillor buries his face in his hands. With a sharp movement, he flings off his monocle, and it rolls across the floor, glinting at you unkindly. We received the Eye of Truth, which is a small glass eye charmed by Priestess of Nethys. It allows the wearer's eyes to identify illusions or magical deception. For 3 years, it belonged to Hillor. Does that actually work on, like, concealment and stuff? I'm gonna try... Actually, I don't know if we can wear it or not. I don't know if it's an actual item. Apparently it's not even in our inventory. It's gotta be. We just got it. Date in newest to oldest. There it is.
I won't benefit from using
We
this.
definitely cannot use it. Alright, well, let's get out of here. It's time to go and deal with more things. Let's go deal with some Chili Creek. We'll bring Camellia along. I don't think I'm going to even bother. Should we level her up? I honestly don't know. I never had Camellia with my other playthroughs, so I don't know what happens during her last mission. So I don't know if she needs to be strong, or if we can just kind of leave her unleveled, because I don't care that much about her. I guess maybe we should level her up quickly. Who do we leave behind, though? This is a really tough decision because each character has their own place in this group where they do different things like melee combat, ranged DPS, ranged physical DPS, ranged magical DPS, crowd control, healing. So leaving one of them behind is a little bit worrying. I guess technically Ember has some healing for now, not group healing unfortunately, so she won't be as good at it. It'll be fine. Probably. Maybe. We should probably level her up. I'm going to pause the video, level her up, and then we're going to just go off. Actually, how many levels does she need? She's not that far behind. She is 2 levels behind. Okay. I need to load up my build for her. Alright. I honestly don't remember what I made her. I lost my build. Because I switched computers. That's fine. You know what? We're just gonna wing it. She's gonna be a Demon Slayer for 5 levels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's perfect. Actually, wait. What does Spirit Hunter get these last couple levels? Spirit plus 5, another Hex. Okay, so she's gotten to Battle Master, which is what I wanted her to get to. Or no, is Battle Master her next level? I don't care about that too much. Let's go with Ranger. Okay. Because I want to get to the favorite enemy things. Not that it doesn't... I don't know why I'm even worried about this at all. Right, she can pick literally any feat, which is a little bit weird. I think I'm just going to go with Rapier. Greater weapon focus. Do we have normal weapon focus for her? Wait, what is she using? Oh, she's using longbows. Never mind, we'll go with weapon focus longbows. Or greater... You know what I mean. Greater weapon focus longbows. So she maybe can hit things. We'll see. She can take any of these. But what do I want? None of them. Okay, let's just grab dodge. Let's just grab toughness. Give her some hit points. Dodge isn't going to be very useful to her, to be honest. Wait, she's already level 16? No, she's level 15. Okay, good. I thought she was already level 16 demon or ranger for a second there. Favorite terrain can be urban? Because Canabras, I guess. The amount that this doesn't matter is kind of staggering, actually, but let's just finish this up. Hey, she can get Point Blank Master. Let's do that. Why not? Oh, she can get a companion. No, we're just gonna get Ranger's Bond. Her companion's gonna be like level 5. And also, I don't really want another thing cluttering up my stuff. Mythic stuff. What do I want? Does she have weapon focus? Yeah, she does. Huh. Who knew? Let's grab improved critical longbow. She's not very good at her job because I didn't really build her to be all that good. Let's do, not leading strike. Where's that one? Do I already have it? Ranging shots. That's not the one. It's leading not leading strike. Nope, the other one. Not the bigger they are. Oh, I already have it. Exposed vulnerability. Last stand then. Good enough. Don't care too much about that. Let's grab, weapon spec. Longbow. Sure. And... I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Abundant can't... She does have some spells, but I don't really care too much about them. All in all, I'm not... I didn't do a great Camellia build. I wouldn't use this as like an example of a good Camellia build, to be completely fair. You know what? Let's grab Unstoppable so she doesn't become paralyzed and stuff. Let's go. So, we said Chili Creek. Actually, maybe I will do Canabras and just get Camellia's thing done. It's such a long journey. Yeah, it is. We are all fatigued, but we're going to keep going. I have spotted the enemies. Good. Then I don't need to fight them. We're really close to a level, and we're going to be maxed out very soon. So it's not going to matter anymore after that. This is the longest walk ever. I hope we don't get attacked. We should probably rest at this point.
What is it like to kiss a lover and feel the
It is horrific.
Camellia, you are crazy. Off we go. Oh, there's a demon army. An army we don't actually have an answer for at the moment. We need to make some sort of a force here. There's more hedge knights. I'm going to recruit the hedge knights. We're going to... Where's that other army? There's an army with hedge knights in it. Let's grab those hedge knights. I'm going to make a makeshift army here. Come to there. We need... Where's that other thing? We're going to grab the vampires. They're in different places. There we go. So grab the Hedge Knights, the Vampires. These Hedge Knights. Not the Elementals, though, because that's part of my other army. I'm going to split those off. Hedge Knights can go join here. We need more troops, too. We're going to grab the Champions. Damn it. There we go. Now we have a level 6 army. It's gonna have to do. We don't really have much else we can do about it. Studying the unusual crystals also done, which was our decree. We needed that. The stage play is in effect. We can go do that next time we're in town. And a daring strike. Spies have reported that 2 high-ranking demons are currently at each other's throats, and their forces are in disarray. The command staff is planning to take advantage of this infighting, is already preparing a daring surprise attack. The officers are asking the commander to determine what should be the main focus. Get a daring blow ritual, which is quite a lot of physical damage. Gather intelligence, which gives us reconnaissance, which is alright, I guess. Seizing trophies, which gives us that one. That's the one we're doing right now. 11,000 finance points. Some other stuff. I want the money. That's what I want. Alright, let's give tieflings... Oh, we can't do that. Alright, because we have a royal parade going on. Northern Lights is next then. And do we have anything else we can do? We can distribute provisions, but our morale's already really high. We can do royal conscription. Let's get us some more troops, I guess. No rank ups to do, and we need to do Northern Lights and records of Polaris Stargazers. Eventually. This army, this little makeshift army I've made, which I'm going to rename. It's going to be called Defense Force, because it's not going to be good at attacking. In fact, it might not even be good at defending. We'll see how it goes. Go to Gloomy Gorge. Alright, moving on. Oh, it's going to be such a disastrous army. It's got 5 champions, 3 vampire pirates, and like 60 hedge knights. It's going to be a grim situation. We're not going to Neathholm. We're going to... Where's the... Oh, it's way down here. It takes us 5 hours to walk through Canabris. That is a considerable amount of time. Where's their high-speed light rail transport? Kind of a town are they running here? Gorm's Mansion. I don't think we're gonna have time to do Chili Creek after this, so we will just do Chili Creek in the next video, I guess. Okay. The servant is here. Is Gorm here? Are we killing him? Lady Camellia, welcome home. We've been expecting you. Camellia looks at the servants for a few moments bemused. You've been expecting me? Indeed, my lady, Lord Gorm ordered that you be sent to him as soon as you arrived. The commander is permitted to follow you, but I must ask your other companions to wait here. Refreshments will be served. I see you finally, or you managed to fully repair the mansion after the demonic invasion. Indeed we have. Fortunately, the mansion was almost unharmed. Many items survived the attacks, and Lord Gorm was able to find comparable replacements for those that didn't. Why can't my companions come in too? Lord Gorm was most specific in his request. I'm afraid I cannot speak for his reasons. I can only assume that the conversation will be of a most delicate nature. Please, my friend, let's acquiesce to Horgus's request. I don't wish to make a scene before I fully understand what's going on here. Fine, where's Horgus? Lord Gorm must be somewhere upstairs. He bid me say Lady Camellia will have no trouble finding him. Please do come in. Camellia strokes her chin pensively. I was not expecting this. I thought the mansion would be empty, picked to the bones by marauders, if it were standing at all. But seeing it fully restored and inhabited... Camellia narrows her eyes at you. Well, it'd be extremely impolite to keep our host waiting, wouldn't it, my friend? Let's go have a chat with Daddy, dearest. You were just descending into chaotic evil, like... You know how there's those things, gliders, that kind of like slowly fall to the ground, and you glide for a long time? They're pretty cool. Camellia is nothing like that. Camellia is like a meteor at a 90-degree angle to Earth, just straight down into the chaotic evil. He's probably in his office. We should probably save, and... I'm going to do a bunch of buffs because I don't fully understand what's going on here, and I'm almost certain there might be a fight. Oh my god, this new computer is so good compared to my old one. I've never been more happy. I mean, does Camellia have
I'll
spells?
let you
I never
back.
even checked. I did not care enough to do her spells. In retrospect, I wish I got... Does she even have haste? No. Never mind then. We're going on. We are sure to find Horgus in his secret study. Camellia licks her parched lips. Before we enter, I would like to ask you one question if you don't mind. You know our family's history better than anyone else in the world. Tell me, what do you think of Horgus as a father? He's not the best, not the worst. I'm sure he tried his best. So that's what you think. Her gaze wanders around the room, never resting on anything in particular. Why? No special reason. Camellia turns her distracted gaze on you. I just wanted to know your opinion of my father before we meet him face to face. Well, hello, father. Horgus raises his head and stares vacantly at his daughter for several moments. Then he nods and drains the goblet before him in a single, huge gulp. You can smell the sour reek of stale alcohol in the air. Hello, Camellia. So you finally came, and you even dragged the commander along. I suspected that you wouldn't come here alone. You know, I've been wondering when you would finally show your face here. Haven't I always taught you that it's extremely impolite to be late for an appointment? Camellia wrinkles her nose in disgust. Papa, you stink. I believe you'll forgive me this weakness under the circumstances, and if you don't, you can always leave. I won't stop you. The door is right over there. Horgus chuckles bitterly and refills his goblet. Horgus, you were expecting us? This isn't a chance meeting? It was not you I was expecting, although I thought you might put an appearance. No, I was waiting for Camellia. Some time ago I received a letter from my beloved daughter, in which she invited me to meet her at my mansion in Canabris. I came as quickly as I could, and I've been here for several days now, waiting for my dearest daughter to arrive. Horgus frowns at you, examining your face. Don't tell me you knew nothing about this meeting. Could it be my sweet girl as you wrapped around her little finger that she tricked you into coming here to watch the spectacle unfold? The little minx. He gesticulates wildly, spilling half the contents of his goblet onto the floor. What did you do after I left for the Abyss? I left Dresden as soon as the Queen took hold of the reins of government. Of course, I highly respect our dear Galfrey, but it was you I had followed into the crusade, not her. For whatever reason, I do not believe our Queen will succeed in her attempts to defeat the wound, so I moved to Nerosian while my mansion in Canabris was under renovation. Horgus turns his eyes on Camellia and shrugs, but none of that matters anymore, does it? I came here to help Camellia talk to the spirits. I didn't expect to meet you here. Surprised, were you? As for me, I knew the moment I received her letter why she wanted to meet with me. She wants to talk to the spirits, does she? How can you spend so much time with my talented daughter that without realizing that whenever Camellia wishes to talk to a spirit, it always involves... He gulps, murder. I have no idea what kind of spirit she has in that bone trinket, but why would it want so much blood? Horgus takes a huge gulp from his goblet and immediately refills it again. You do know that Camellia killed 5 people while she lived under this roof, don't you? First her mentor, the old Parisian woman, then 4 more. Well, they were thugs, bandits, and murderers, and they had it coming, to tell the truth. They broke into the mansion, seeking to rob us. That's Canabris for you, a border city with all kinds of riff-raff lurking around. My guards caught them, tied them up, and tossed them in the cellar. They never reported the break-in to the authorities, so why bother? Those thugs would have been executed anyways. Halrun always made short shrift of such rabble. He belches noisily. But the things Camellia did to them down in that cellar? I never saw it myself, I only heard it, and then later, when I buried their corpses, I felt relieved that I was not in their place. Camellia remains silent. Only the sound of her labored breathing indicates she's still even here. Why did you condone Camellia's inclinations? Why did you protect her secret? Why did you cover up the murders? Horgus straightens his back proudly. Camellia is the daughter of Horgus Gorm, a true daughter, my blood. Though I may have concealed the fact from society, yes, she is special, unusual, very sensitive to the world around her. Whose fault is it that the damned spirits drove her insane? I know nothing about spirits. I've never talked to them myself, but Camellia, she is naturally gifted. She understands them. She says we have a chance to learn how to close the world wound once and for all. This end justifies all means, doesn't it, Commander? What's a father to do? Horgus sighs heavily, his shoulders slump as if weighed down by a burden he's been carrying for many years. The bloodline of Horgus Gorm cannot be broken, and I have no other heirs. Camellia, what's going on here? She remains silent. You can't see her face, but you can hear her breathing, shallow and fast. Her shoulders are rising and falling jerkily, and her right hand is trembling. Camellia, explain. Camellia jolts slightly and turns to you. Her eyes seem to look right through you. Her lips are parted, and her rasping breath reminds you of an animal's growl. Her right hand is clutching a thin stiletto that seems to have come out of nowhere. Isn't it obvious? Horgus stands up heavily from the table and approaches his daughter, stumbling a little. She has finally come to take my life. I've been waiting for this moment since the day it all began. I knew it would come. Of course, I'd hoped the Camellia would placate her spirits somehow, or perhaps the commander would close the world wound and put an end to all these sacrifices, but it's too late for that now. I am ready to die. My whole life is a lie. It doesn't even feel like mine, but someone else's. I did everything I could to ensure that the name of Horgus Gorm would go down in history and his bloodline live on. I have had to lie and cover up crimes along the way. Well, the time has come to pay the piper, and if my death helps to uncover the secrets of closing the world wound, well, it's not the worst way to go. Horgus gulps, but before you do what you came here to do, Camellia, let me reveal my final secret to you. Camellia's voice sounds alien and unfamiliar. It is hoarse and low, like gravel crunching underfoot. Talk. Your mother Iris had genuinely loved you, Camellia, but after she saw how you killed that pup in the garden, she started to worry about you. It was she that insisted on the doctors, the psychics, and the exorcists. They all examined you, but nothing helped. You kept on killing animals, neighboring cats, stray dogs. You told stories about the spirits who whispered in your ear. Iris didn't believe you really had a special ability to communicate with the spirits. She didn't think you were gifted, but I did. As if a daughter of Horgus Gorm could be no more than a lunatic. Several years passed like that, several very grueling years. For Iris more than myself, and then one night, Horgus swallows the lump in his throat. I entered your room and saw Iris leaning over your bed with a pillow in her hands. I pushed her away from you. It was dark. Iris stumbled and hit her head on the corner of the cabinet. I buried her in the garden and planted a flower bed of camellias over her grave. I thank the gods that you remembered nothing of that horrible night, and now you know everything, Camellia. I'm surprised you managed to keep such secrets all these years, Horgus. There were days when I dreamed of my lies coming to light, of finally being able to come clean, but then I remembered Camellia. The bloodline of Horgus Gorm cannot be broken. You killed my mother, and you said to tell me that now? Her whisper sounds like a hissing of a venomous snake. Why? To unburden your soul? To show me how you protected me back then? Maybe you're hoping I'll hesitate before I stab you in your disgusting heart? Or are you trying to make me weep for my mother, the innocent victim? Well, I don't give a damn about her. The bitch wanted me dead, and she failed. Good riddance, I say. And I don't give a damn about you either, Horgus Gorm. I don't care about your bloodline or about any excuses you can come up with. Do you really think I couldn't have escaped your mansion if I wanted to? You never acknowledged me as your daughter. 'Twas no skin off my nose. You wanted to marry a noblewoman, to continue the Gorm line. Well, that was your own affair. You provided for me and didn't try to stop me from communing with the spirits. I never wanted anything more from you. But now I don't need you anymore. I have Eltimar, who will protect me and hide me from justice, if it comes for me. As for you, you're just garbage left from my former life. And it's time to dispose of you. The stiletto trembles in Camellia's hand. She grips the handle so tight that her knuckles turn white. Camellia, stop. She turns her clouded gaze on you. The spirits crave his blood. I crave his blood. Together we have sealed his fate. You shouldn't kill him. No matter what he's done, he's still your father. The stiletto in Camellia's hand flies up and freezes in front of Horgus Gorm's heart. A moment passes, then another. Finally, Camellia exhales loudly and lowers her weapon. Leave. Get out of my life, Horgus Gorm. Horgus opens his mouth to say something, but immediately shuts it without saying a single word. He lingers for a moment, then nods briefly and leaves. I wonder if the spirit's gonna be real mad. It's all over now. I have rid myself of my past. I suppose I should feel happy. Why then do I feel so tired? Camellia gets to her feet and smooths her tousled hair. It was all over too quickly, don't you agree, my friend? As if something was missing. It's like having sex without climaxing. The end result is naught but exhaustion. Let's have some more fun, then, shall we? Did Maria really crave Horgus's blood, or was it you that wanted it? Camellia's gaze sharpens for a moment, but she quickly relaxes. Yes and yes, Maria and I are one. Her desires are my desires. We've become quite inseparable at this point. So, are you ready to talk to Maria now? No, not quite yet, but don't worry, I will be ready soon. Just one last step. One final drop. What do you have in mind? Camellia's voice drops to a conspiratorial whisper. I want to make up for lost time, to let loose like never before, to celebrate my ultimate liberation. There are an awful lot of servants in this mansion. Let's gather them all in the garden and feed Maria with their blood together. What do you say? I've never done this with another person before. Until now, you've only been an observer. What my first time to be with you, my friend? Well, I'm at a crossroads here, because on one hand I kind of want to see what happens. And on the other hand, I don't want to murder a bunch of servants. This is a conundrum. Our Trickster guy isn't really evil, he's chaotic good. So I don't think he would do the murdering of servants. And also, but then again, we've helped Camellia before with her murder spree. Yeah, we'll try one evil thing in this game. This will be unforgettable, she grants us a happy smile. Please come here, I have an important announcement for you from Lord Gwyrm. You're all fired. Fired, but why? It's hardly a surprise, everyone knows that Gwyrm changes his servants all the time. This can't be, I want to speak to Lord Gwyrm himself. Will I at least get my week's wages? Oh, don't worry, Lord Gwyrm has tasked me with ensuring that everyone is paid in full. No one will leave empty-handed.
Practice my combat abilities.
We're in turn-based combat. This is probably the most evil thing we've done. But I mean, sometimes you just gotta see what happens.
Wide open. The world in crimson.
I'm gonna use Cleaving Strike on that servant. I don't think I'm gonna be in range. No, I'm not. Not quite.
I'll just have to resort
Well,
to
Camellia,
force.
you know what? If our main character doesn't draw any blood, I think we can call it. Safe to say we didn't really do something evil. That's the worst justification I've ever made for anything in my life.
The spirits demand your blood.
I didn't directly contribute to the massacre, therefore it wasn't my fault. Also, I think the game volume's a little bit loud on
I
this computer.
suppose we are done here. We certainly had a good time, didn't we? Did you like it, my friend? It was a little different from my usual sacrifices to Maria, but mass murder does have its own appeal. It's wild, primordial, unbridled. You felt it too, didn't you? The exhilaration.
I did. Hang tight 1 second, I just realized that everything is on max volume. Which actually isn't so bad. You know what, I'll play around with this later.
You know, I suppose you deserve a confession. I have never said anything like this to anyone before. Are you ready? Steel yourself.
Giving you no time to answer, she stretches her limbs contentedly. She also had a satisfied smile.
You are the best friend I could ever hope to have. You understand me. You help me. You are the best thing that has happened to me in my entire life.
Well, you're really special to me too, Camellia, for a murderous psychopath.
You know, now that we're so close, I wish to confess something else to you. Are you ready?
She smiles teasingly.
There is no Maria. I made her up.
Camellia takes the amulet from around her neck, stares into the eyes of the bone snake for a while, then turns her gaze on you. What's the story behind your amulet?
This? Once a snake crawled into our garden. I killed it, gutted it, dried out its bones, and then I told Horgus about Maria and asked him to decorate the amulet with gold and make it into a necklace.
Camellia fiddles with the bone snake in her hands.
Despite its mundane origins, it is now imbued with magic that hides me from the prying eyes of Iomede's paladins and inquisitors. Daddy Dearest was quite insistent on that point. Clearly, he feared that if I were ever caught, I would reveal all the dirty secrets of the Gwyrms to the world. But now that I'm with you, I have no need of this amulet anymore. Do I? No one would dare lay a finger on a companion of the Crusade Commander.
Where do you draw your power from then?
I draw it from the spirits, just like all shamans do. Spirits surround us. They are everywhere, even within the world wound. Only they never beg me to save them or try to tell me how to heal Socorus.
Camellia shrugs.
To be honest, I couldn't care less about Socorus, the world wound, or the Crusade. My sphere of interest lies elsewhere.
But why?
Isn't it obvious? To have a reasonable explanation for all the murders. So that my protector would be too busy thinking of our bright future to lecture me on morality and decency. I like to kill. I don't simply want it. I need it. It is something deep within me. My desire is like an annoying fly buzzing around a room. One that cannot be seen or swatted away. But the deaths of enemies on the battlefield don't bring me any relief. It comes only with the deaths of those who considered me a friend. The deaths must be unexpected, so that I can see the disbelief and dread in my victims' eyes. But I am a clever girl. I know that society would never condone my unconventional desires. So I invented a nice story that I could feed to those who would protect me from society. As you may have noticed, my lie has worked remarkably well.
Why have you decided to tell me all this now?
Ah, that's a good question. You would have learned the truth sooner or later, you know. I've told you too many stories about Maria. You never would have let the matter lie. Of course, I could have left. Fled in the dead of night, leaving you a farewell note. But I like traveling with you, my friend. I like feeling the power you've shared with me. That is why I decided to take the risk and open up to you.
So when you asked me to come here today so you could talk to Maria, that was a lie.
Of course it was. After you and I visited the brothel in Alishanira, I felt an unexpected and overwhelming desire to see my dear sweet papa. So as soon as we returned to Dresden, I made some inquiries and learned that he had moved to Nerosian. I sent him a letter inviting him to meet me at his mansion in Canabris, and that's when I asked you to accompany me.
Okay.
I decided it would be best not to disclose the true purpose of our visit to you. If you had known that Horgus would be waiting for us here, you might have discerned my intentions.
Well, I've heard enough, I think.
Is the interrogation over? Good. I was beginning to feel rather bored. So, what is your verdict, my friend?
You're a murderer and your place is on the gallows, but you're useful to me, so I won't banish you.
Well, at least that was honest of you. I am glad we had this conversation, Commander. And thank you, all the same. I have no more secrets from you, I promise. Provided, of course, that you can still believe my promises.
Her lips form a slight smile. Well, that was actually not an unexpected twist. But I was kind of expecting there to be a spirit, but I guess really in the end, the greatest monster was just Camellia herself, a straight-up serial killer. Are we... Oh, we're in the gardens, right? We can't leave this way. I'm glad my companions were here for that. Of my companions that I have with me, 1, 2, 3... 3 would have tried to kill her, probably. You know what? Ember would probably try and make her repent.
I wonder why.
Probably. Arushle would have killed her. And Sela definitely would have killed her. I don't think Nenia would have cared either way. Well, that was a bit of a twist. Anyways, let's go drop Camellia off back at home, and we'll go do Chili Creek in the next video. For now, I'm going to leave you guys here. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you all next time. Also, I might like to note that instead of the 56-ish FPS that we were getting before with my old computer, we were at a steady 144 FPS, which is great. Pretty happy about all this. The new system seems to be working really, really well. So, see you guys next time. Take care.